think one of the biggest mistakes I've made when it's come to anything dating related is a lot of the girls that I've talked to in the past have often come from, well, not necessarily, but in a way, a lot of them have come from the fact that when those people came along, I was searching for love. And this is a big mistake on my behalf because, as I hope a lot of you know, love is not something that you can search for. Love is something that comes to you. And when you get in this headspace and the mindset of just like wanting to be in a relationship and just actively looking for it, that's your biggest mistake right there. The best thing you can do for yourself, and the biggest piece of advice that I have for anybody watching this, is stop looking. Simple as that. If you're looking for love, odds are you're looking for something that you don't have within yourself. If you're looking for love elsewhere, my biggest guess would be that you don't really have enough love internally. You don't really love yourself. And by searching for love, you're looking for somebody else to give you that love. Spoiler alert, that's not going to make yourself feel any better. On top of this, what if she leaves? What if he or she leaves? And you are so reliant on them to give you that happiness and to feel love. Then what? Then what's next for you? You know? I've had that headspace for a long time. It's not something I really have anymore. It's something I've kind of understood that is bad for me and is not going to get me anywhere. But in my past, it's often something that I relied on. And whenever I tried to break free from it, that would often be the time when somebody else would come into my life. And then because of that, I'd fall back into those same old habits again. Of, oh yeah, I'm looking for love, and love is going to make me happy, and it's going to fill my space. You know, love, like I talked about before, love is not something that is going to solve all your problems in snap of your fingers, you know what I mean? It's not something that's going to instantly heal you from all the pain and trauma that you've suffered. It's not going to make anything any better. The only person that can make a change in your life and make you feel any better from anything bad you have experienced is you. You know, like all the pain and whatnot that you've suffered from past relationships, you know, all that is not going to be solved by jumping into another relationship. All you're really doing is bringing the pain that you have and dumping it onto somebody else. And like I mentioned before, you're spreading it like a virus in a way. And this is not something that you want other people to have, because, and I feel like in a way, this is something that is common in today's dating. And it's like, just, it is the virus that we deal with today. You know, I feel like that is what's truly real, like, damaging and killing dating in our society. And just people not giving themselves the time to heal and understanding that really that being on your own and taking care of yourself and loving yourself is the best thing you can do. Self-love is what you need before you get into another relationship. If you do not love yourself, you cannot give love to somebody else. How are you going to love somebody else if you have no love to give? If you don't love what's here, then you might as well forget it. If you don't love your physical and mental self and your overall well-being, how are you going to expect to spread that to somebody else, you know? It's kind of like a car on empty. How is a car on empty going to get you from point A to B if there's nothing inside of it to keep it running? So with that being said, how are you going to keep a relationship running if you have no gas, or in this case, self-love and love altogether, to fuel that. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to fuel love for another person. I mean, another human being we're talking here. If you can't even love what you have and who you are as a person, I mean, it's not feasible for you. It's not feasible for other people. Because on top of that, eventually, when you get into a relationship and you don't love yourself, people eventually catch on to that. There are little things that will stand out about you that show you don't love yourself. And the person that you're talking to or are in a relationship with, they'll pick up on these little things that you do. They'll pick up on these little habits that you have for yourself and that you bring out and actively show that indicate that you don't really have love for yourself. And on top of that, nobody wants to be with somebody who can't love themselves. You know what I mean? Like, if all you're doing all the time is talking bad about yourself, and you're like, oh, I'm terrible at this, oh, I'm stupid, oh, that type of self-talk, like, people notice that, and they don't like that. Like I've said before, no one likes a negative Nelly. No one likes an asshole who's just gonna bring out all the negatives at every situation and kill the vibe constantly. Nobody wants to be around that, They want to be around somebody who's got full of energy and, is exciting and makes them laugh, Got personality. That's what makes you you. They want to see the inside of you. You might be the most attractive person on the planet, but if you got nothing to show, you know what I mean? No self-love, no confidence, no charisma of any sort, it's like, you might as well forget it, man. No one's going to come to you. There's no point. If you are going to get in a relationship, you need to take the real time to love yourself. And when you really feel like you've gotten to a point where you actually love yourself, somebody will come, Let me put it to you this way. You cannot search for love because love is not searching for you. Love is not going to come looking for you, Love is going to naturally happen on its own. It's not something that is searching for you. It's not something that has a purpose and sole intent of landing directly in your position and being where you are. You know what I mean? It's not coming to find specifically you. It is going to happen at some point. I don't know when it'll happen for you. I don't know when it'll happen for me. But it'll happen. You know what I mean? It's not something that has the sole intention of searching for you. It's something that happens at any point in time. It's something that can literally happen in 5 minutes, a month, a year, tomorrow. Could happen yesterday, I don't know. Could happen next week for all I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm covering all the bases here. But you know what I'm saying? It's something that is so willy-nilly and so unpredictable that there is no time frame, scheduled time frame for when you are going to experience love again. It's just going to happen. But when it does happen, you got to be ready. When love shows up at your door unexpected, you got to be ready for that. You got to love what's in here. You got to love what you're putting out into the world. You gotta, work, get money, if that's your thing, if that's what's gonna make you happy, and being able to provide for the people you love, great, that's awesome. If finding love within means picking up some new hobbies, trying new things, seeking discomfort, and which that's what I'm trying to work on, being more uncomfortable, trying new things, saying yes to more things, that's what's going to make me happy, and it might be what makes you happy too. There's plenty of things you can do to work on self-love and make yourself feel better about who you are as a person. But the only way that self-love is going to happen is if you actually try and make an attempt to allow that self-love to happen. That's all I got for today. Stay blessed.